Okay, next we're going to talk about the medians and altitudes in 5.4. So a median is a segment whose endpoints are the vertex right here and the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, and in a triangle, the point of concurrency of all the medians is actually the centroid. Okay? And when the three medians meet, they meet in such a way that they form a 1 to 2/3 ratio. So if you look at this median here, the part from the vertex to the centroid is actually 2/3 of the entire thing, D to J. So we say DC is 2/3 of DJ. And then EC, right, is 2/3 of EG, and FC right here is 2/3 of FH. So we'll use that in order to find the lengths of the different sides. So in this drawing, it looks like XA is going to be 2/3 of XB. So I would say XA equals 2/3 of XB. And then I'm going to fill in XA. So XA equals 8 equals 2/3 of XB. In order to solve this, I am going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is 3 over 2. And that will allow me to get the answer for XB. And so 3 times 8 would be 24, divided by 2 would be 12. So 12 would equal XB. Okay. We'll do the same thing for this one. Notice that ZA here, ZA is going to be 2/3 of ZC. So I'll say ZA equals 2/3 of ZC. And again, in order to get rid of this, move it to the other side, I will multiply by the reciprocal. And that will give me 3 halves of ZA equals ZC. So I'll fill in 3 halves of ZA, which is 9, equals ZC, and that will give me ZC equals 27 over 2, or about 13.5. Okay. Okay, an altitude is the second part of the section. And remember, an altitude starts with the vertex and then it is perpendicular to the opposite side. Remember that sometimes the altitudes are actually outside of the triangle. So we have to be careful when we're looking at them. So when we look at this one, we say for PQS, PR is an altitude, okay, because it goes from the vertex angle and it forms a 90-degree angle with the base, okay. For PQS, QT is actually going to be a median because it goes from the vertex angle to the midpoint, okay. T is the midpoint of PS, okay. So that's how we can determine those. And if we look at this one for triangle ABC, we can determine what these values are also. For AD, it goes from the vertex angle to the midpoint. So we'll say this is a median. For EG, it goes from midpoint, to, I would hope, midpoint. If that's the case, if that is indeed a midpoint, it would be a mid-segment, although it doesn't look like we can really tell from here, so we might not be sure. And then CF goes from vertex to the 90-degree angle of the opposite side, so that would be an altitude for that one. All right. All the lines, all of the altitudes of a triangle are concurrent, right? And when all the altitudes are concurrent, we call that particular point the orthocenter, okay? And you can notice that in an acute triangle, it'll be something like this. In the right triangle, it's actually going to be the intersection of the two legs. And then the obtuse triangle, it actually occurs um, out here beyond the triangle. So it would be outside of the triangle. So if we look at this one, ABC has the following vertices, and so we have to find where the 90-degree angle would be. So what would be the coordinates of the orthocenter here? So if we continued to make the 90-degree angle here from C, we want something that's perpendicular to this one. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So we would say 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the slope here. And then I would continue this line from C that way. So that would give me this point right here as the orthocenter. So the orthocenter would be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be at 2, 4. Okay. Okay. This right here is a great little picture to have and kind of keep for your studying, and it gives you the perpendicular bisectors, which is the circumcenter. It gives you the angle bisectors is the incenter, the medians is the centroid, and then the altitudes is the orthocenter. So it's just a quick reminder of what each of those terms mean as far as points of concurrency. Okay, so for this homework right here, it's on page 312 and 313, and I will be checking this on Friday, Halloween. And don't forget that you also have a quiz on that Friday too.